Good afternoon to all. Our 12th grade first volume portion almost over. Then we have the next one textbook, that is second volume. Second volume also having 8 lesson. That means start with the 8 to 15th lesson. Okay, that is unit number 8 to 15 lesson. Unit number 8 is an ionic equilibrium. Unit number 9 is a physical chemistry, that is physical electrochemistry. Unit number 10 is a surface chemistry. Unit number 11, hydroxy compound and ether. Unit 12, carbonyl compound and carboxylic acid. Unit 13, organic nitrogen compound. Unit 14, biomolecules. Unit 15, chemistry in everyday life. Here, the second volume, that is 8 to 8, 9, 10. These are the physical chemistry. The remaining 11 to 15, almost the 5 lessons, are the organic chemistry. Especially organic chemistries are very important for having number of organic reactions. Anyhow, today we start the second volume, but one of the very important lesson, that is surface chemistry. Unit number 10. Surface, we learn the surface chemistry lesson. I am selecting the first, it's a very easy lesson. So I am selecting the surface chemistry. Okay. Almost all easy, but this is somewhat theoretical question, theoretical part. We know that the surface chemistry, learning about the surface phenomenon. Here we are learning about the surface phenomenon of the molecules or atoms or ions, etc. Here about one of the term is about that adsorption and absorption. First of all, what are the general topic in the surface chemistry that we should be learned? What are the general topic here? Adsorption and absorption. Adsorbent and adsorbate. Here what are the positive adsorption, negative adsorption? Here, what are the classifications of adsorption? What are the characteristics of adsorption? What are the types of adsorption? Physical and chemical, especially the physical and chemical, the differences between the physical and chemical adsorptions are very important questions. What are the factors affecting the adsorption? Catalysis. Catalysis means homogeneous, heterogeneous, positive, negative, and about the catalyst promoters, catalytic poison, autocatalyst, negative catalyst. Especially this theory explained about that. What are the theory of catalyst? It's a very important question. Intermediate compound formation theory and also adsorption theory. Enzyme catalyst, dispersion phase transition theory, classifications of catalysts, and about the preparation of colloids. We have to learn about the colloids, preparation of colloids, purifications of colloids. That's one of the method is called condensation method. And about how can we purify the colloids means by means of an electrolysis, dialysis, ultrafiltration. One of the important term is about that Tyndall effect, Brownian movement, and about that Helmholtz double layer. The Brownian movement is especially very important question, and about the Helmholtz double layer. And also the electrophoresis, about the U-tube, we are learning about U-shaped tube, the electrophoresis. and about the cataboresis, electro-osmosis. Especially this lesson explains about what are the applications of adsorption. What are the applications? These are all our learning objectives. We should be learn this all the topics involved in the lesson. That is about the surface chemistry. So please all of you open the textbook. We can learn the lesson number 10, surface chemistry. Please all of you open the textbook. First one is about the adsorption and adsorption. About the adsorption means it is a surface phenomenon. Learning about the surface phenomenon. About the absorption means it is a bulk phenomenon. Bulk. Here, the solid surface have the ability to attract the contact species due to the free valence. Okay. The solid surface have the ability to attract. The solid surface have the ability to attract a contacting species due to the free valency. Here, for an example, what is an example means? Charcoal absorb ammonia. Charcoal, what is about the charcoal? We are saying that powdered carbon. The charcoal have the ability to absorb ammonia. Silica gel also having ability to absorb water. And about the charcoal also having for the colorant of sugar, absorb the colorant of sugar. These are some examples of about the adsorption. Am I right? So, what is about the adsorption? Here, adsorption is one of the surface phenomenon, absorbing. About the absorption, it is about the bulk phenomenon. Okay, clear? Next about the adsorbent and about the adsorbate. What is about the adsorbent and is about the adsorbate? The adsorbent is the material on which the absorption takes place. Clear? Adsorbent, it is one of the material in which absorption takes place. This is about the adsorbent. Here, adsorbed substance are called as adsorbate. Adsorbed substance are called as what? Adsorbate. We can learn about that. What is about the positive adsorption? What is about the negative adsorption? Positive adsorption means if the concentration of the substance in the interface is high. Okay. If the concentration of the substance in the interface is high, it can be called as positive adsorption. Suppose if the concentration of substance in the interface is less, it is called as what? Negative adsorption. So what is about the positive adsorption? If the concentration of the substance in the interface is high, if the concentration of the substance in the interface is high, it is called as positive adsorption. If the concentration of substance in the interface is less, it is called as what? Negative adsorption. Okay. Here we can learn about one of the new terms is called desorption. Releasing, desorption. The process of removing adsorbed substance from the surface. Here, what are the examples of adsorbate and what are the examples of adsorbent? The gaseous molecule like helium, neon, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur dioxide, ammonia, and also some of the solution like sodium chloride, potassium chloride, which are absorbed readily. So these are the examples of what? Adsorbent. What are the examples of adsorbate? That is silica gel like metal like nickel, copper, platinum, silver, palladium. These are all what? These are the examples of adsorbent. Okay. Let us discuss about what are the characteristics of adsorption. Number one, first point. The absorption can occur in all interfacial surface. The all interfacial surface, the absorption can be occur. For example, gas solid. This gas solid having some interfacial surface. Here also having adsorption. About liquid solid having interfacial surface. And about the liquid. And about the solid. And about the gas liquid. These are all having interfacial surface. This interfacial surface having occur what? Absorption. Okay? So the adsorption can occur in between. The adsorption can occur in between gas and solid. Adsorption can occur where? In the interfacial surface such as gas and solid, liquid and solid, liquid and liquid, solid and solid, gas and liquid. These are the space you can adsorption occur because these are having a what? Interfacial surface. Here, adsorption is a spontaneous process. Okay, it is what? A spontaneous. Spontaneous means happening immediately. Not planned. Not planning. Here, happening immediately. So, adsorption is what? It is a type of a spontaneous process. It is always accompanied by decrease in free energy. What is about the decrease in free energy? Already we learned about the decrease in free energy that we call as a delta G. Here, delta G reaches zero, the equilibrium is at time. Here, delta G, that is called as a decrease in free energy. Here, what is about delta G? Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. In the thermodynamics lesson, we already learned that one. What is about the delta G? Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. What is delta H? Delta H means change in enthalpy. Delta G means change in free energy. Delta H means change in enthalpy. What is about the T? T is temperature in Kelvin. What is about the delta S? That is called as a entropy, change in entropy. Can you say what is about the entropy? It is a randomness, it is a measure of randomness or disorder. Randomness or disorder. Here, when molecules are adsorbed, there is always decrease in randomness or decrease in disorder of the molecule. Disorder, not order form, disorder form. That we call as entropy. What is about the entropy? It is a randomness, measure of randomness or disorder. So we are applying this formula here. Change in free energy. Change in free energy means delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So what is about the delta G? It's a change in free energy. Delta H, change in enthalpy. T is temperature in Kelvin. And delta S is the change in entropy. Okay, anyhow, when the molecules are adsorbed, there is always decrease in randomness, decrease in disorder of the molecule. So delta S is less than 0. T delta S is positive, is negative. Okay, delta S is less than 0. T delta S is negative. So the adsorption is an exothermic. Heat is liberated. Heat is liberated here. So, adsorption, we can be saying the definition about that, not as a definition. Adsorption is a quick process, it is an immediate process. Where absorption is a slow process. Okay? We are explaining by that free energy. Adsorption is a quick process and absorption is a slow process. Because adsorption is a surface phenomenon. Absorption is a bulk phenomenon. Okay? Anyhow, what are the type next learning objectives? I told you that our learning objectives. What is about our learning objectives? To learn about adsorption and absorption. And second one learning objectives. To learn about the type of adsorption. Type. And third one is learning objectives to learn about the differences between physical and chemical adsorption. Okay. Next, we can learn about what are the type of adsorption. What are the type of adsorption? Our first learning objectives is over. That is, what is the first learning objectives? To learn about the adsorption and absorption. What is our next learning objectives? What are the types of adsorption? What are the types? The third learning objectives. It's a very important question. Differentiation between physical and chemical adsorption. It's a very important question. Repeating board exam question. This is the third learning objective. So, second one. The adsorption can be classified into two types. Here, physical adsorption and the chemical adsorption. Here, depending upon the nature of the force acting between the adsorbent and the adsorbate. Here, chemical adsorption and the physical adsorption. The chemical adsorption gas molecules are held by the surface of the formation of chemical bonding. You know that the chemical bond is very strong, am I right? It's a very strong because the heat of absorption is approximately equal to 400 kilojoules, am I right? It's heat of, already I told you, previous video I told you about that. About that, the strong bond is formed due to the chemical adsorption. It is nearly about that 400 kilojoules per mole, 400 kilojoules per mole. That is about the chemical adsorption. And the heat of adsorption is, don't forget that is a very important one word. The heat of adsorption is equal to 400 kilojoules per mole. Okay. The example, what are the examples we can learn about? What are the examples? Adsorption of oxygen on tungsten. It is tungsten element. Adsorption of oxygen. The adsorption of hydrogen on nickel. And one more having adsorption of ethyl alcohol vapor on nickel. These are the examples. The example is also very important. Adsorption of oxygen on tungsten. Adsorption of oxygen on tungsten. Next about adsorption of hydrogen on nickel. Adsorption of nickel, ethyl alcohol on nickel. These are the examples. Here physical adsorption means here having van der Waals force, dipole interaction, dispersion forces. These are the forces are acting on the physical adsorption. It is not a strong bond. We cannot be say it is a strong bond. These are almost a weak bond. Okay. Here what are the examples means? Adsorption of nitrogen on mica. The example, don't forget that to learn about the example. Adsorption of nitrogen on mica. It's an important question. For the one word question. Adsorption of gases on charcoal. Adsorption of gases on charcoal. And these are the two examples about the physical adsorption. Now our learning objectives, the third learning objectives, to learn about the differences between physical and chemical adsorption. Physical and chemical adsorption. Very important question. Please all of you should be write the question. It's a very important question. I think that more than 8 or 9 points. We should be learn all the points because it's a 5-mark question. Please don't skip this question. We should be write all point. 8 or 9 points. Please all of you take note. We can be write this question. Okay. So our third learning objectives: the differences between chemical and physical adsorption. Okay. The differences between chemical and physical adsorption. Distinction between chemical and physical adsorption. Okay, the page should be divided into two equal halves. Okay, one is for chemical adsorption, other is called physical adsorption. First, you write what is the other name of chemical adsorption. Chemisorption. Okay, what's the other name? Chemisorption. Other name is activated adsorption. Other name chemisorption. Chemisorption. otherwise called activated adsorption. You should be learned the other way. Sometimes the question asks me like that, 5-mark question. Write the differences between chemisorption or physics-sorption. Okay, like that. They will ask like that. Sometimes they will ask about that. Write the differences between activated adsorption, otherwise called van der Waals adsorption, like that. Okay. So anything you should be learn all the time. Okay. Next one, physical adsorption. Other name, van der Waals. Adsorption. Okay. Van der Waals adsorption, physics sorption. Okay. These are the question. The first one. The chemical adsorption, the first point is, it is very slow. It is very slow. Can you learn the first point? It is very slow. It is an instantaneous. About the physical adsorption, it is instantaneous. That means we can be saying immediately. It is immediately physical adsorption. Okay, physical adsorption, it is an immediately or quickly. Quickly, we can be say like that, physical adsorption. The chemical adsorption, it is very slow. Okay. And also, the second point, it is very specific. Specific, depend on nature of adsorbent and adsorbate. Okay, adsorbate. Here it is what? Very specific, very specific. Here it is non-specific. Physical adsorption, it is non-specific. Can we learn the first 2 points? What are the first 2 points? First one, it is very slow. It is instantaneous. We can say immediately. It is immediately. It is quickly. It is fastly. Like that we can be say. Because the chemical adsorption is very slow. Physical adsorption is fast. Like that. Okay. Here, it is very specific. The chemical adsorption, it is a very specific. Depend on the nature of adsorbent and adsorbate. Nature of adsorbent and what? Adsorbate. But about the physical adsorption, it is a non-specific. Non-specific. Here, the third point, chemical adsorption, it is fast with increase in pressure. That's the point. Okay. Chemical adsorption is fast. Okay. It is fast with increase in pressure. Is fast with increase pressure. It cannot alter the amount. Okay? amount. Alter the amount. Here third point about the physical absorption. When pressure is increased in physical absorption, when pressure increase, when pressure increase, the extent of adsorption is also increased. The extent of adsorption is increased. What's about the third point? The chemical absorption is fast with increase in pressure. The chemical absorption is fast with increase in pressure. It cannot alter the amount. It cannot be changed the amount. Alter means change. Okay. It cannot alter the amount. Okay. The physical absorption, when pressure is increased, the extent of absorption is also increases. Okay. Next about the third point. We should be learn all the point. I think that 8 or 9 point have. Okay. When temperature is raised, when temperature is raised, in the chemisorption first increase and then decrease. When the temperature is raised, chemisorption, that is chemical absorption, first increase and then decrease. Clear? What is about the fourth point of the chemisorption? When temperature is raised, the chemisorption first increase, the chemical absorption first increase, then decrease. Okay? Physical absorption decreases okay. Physical absorption first decreases with increasing temperature. Clear the point? What is about the fourth point? What is about the fourth point? When the temperature is raised in chemical absorption, first increases, then decreases. About the physical absorption, it decreases with increase in temperature. Okay. Next, about the fifth point. Here the chemical absorption, there is a transfer of electron between adsorbent and adsorbate. What is about the fifth point? Here transfer of electron between adsorbent and adsorbate. The physical absorption, there is no transfer of electron. Okay, there is no transfer of electron. Here it involves transfer of electrons. Okay, it involves the transfer of electron where between, don't forget that, between the adsorbent and adsorbate. Okay, adsorbent and adsorbate. Here the chemical absorption involves the transfer of electron. Electrons are transferring between adsorbent and adsorbate. Physical absorption, there is no transfer of electron. no transfer of electron. Here, there is no transfer of electron. Here, and about that, previously I told you about that. The sixth one already told that. What is about the heat of adsorption? Heat of adsorption is high in physical adsorption. Chemical adsorption, heat of adsorption is high in chemical adsorption. Heat of adsorption is low in physical adsorption. Okay. Here is approximately equal to 40 kilojoules per mole. 400 kilojoules per mole in chemical adsorption and 40 kilojoules per mole in physical adsorption. Okay, don't forget that. It's a one-word question. Heat of adsorption is high. Here, heat of adsorption is low. Okay, here high you should be learn the value, that is from 40 to 400 kilojoules per mole. Per mole. Here about that 40 kilojoules per mole. Here 40 to 400. Chemical absorption 40 to 400. About the physical absorption only 14. And about the chemical absorption, there is only one layer. We can be say mono layer. Okay, mono layer of adsorbate is formed. This is another point. Mono layer of the adsorbate is formed. Monolayer adsorbate is formed. The physical adsorption layer is not only one layer, multi-layer. Multi-layer means many layer. Multi-layer. What is about the multi-layer? Many layer. Okay. Multi-layer of adsorbate. Multi-layer of adsorbate is formed on where? On adsorbent, on the adsorbent. Okay, this is about the seventh point. We can learn the two more point also. Can you recall the first 6 points? Can you recall what are the points I wrote here? What are the points? I think I wrote here 7 points. Can you say what is the first point? What is the first point? About the physical and chemical absorption, the first point. It is very slow in the chemical absorption. You see, first point is very slow. It is an instantaneous. It's the first point about the physical absorption. What is the second point? It is very specific in chemical absorption. That is, physical absorption is not specific. Here, about that, the third point, the chemical absorption is fast with increase in pressure. There, when pressure is increased, the extent of adsorption is increased. About the fourth point, when the temperature is raised, chemical absorption first increases, then decreases. Here, the physical absorption, there is a decrease with increase in temperature. Next about that, here the chemical absorption, there is a transfer of electron. There is no transfer of electron in physical absorption. Okay, here the transfer of electron where between the adsorbent and adsorbate. There is a transfer of electron in chemical absorption. Here, there is no transfer of electron. And about the heat of adsorption is high, heat of adsorption is low. And here, what is the value here? 42, 400 kilojoules per mole. Don't forget the value about the chemical absorption. Here, only 40 kilojoules per mole. Okay, about the physical absorption. And about here, next point is about here having only one layer that we are called as monolayer. Monolayer. In the chemical absorption, about the physical absorption having multi-layer. Multi. What is about the multi? Multi means many layer. Okay, many layer. And about here the eighth point. Adsorption occurs at a fixed site called active center. Don't forget that. Adsorption occurs at fixed site called active centers. It depends upon surface area. Okay, here the eighth point is it occurs all sides. Okay, the physical absorption, it occurs on all sides. Okay. Okay, what's about the 8th point? Can you say about the 8th point? Adsorption occurs fixed site called active centers. Okay, adsorption occurs where? At a fixed site. Fixed site is called what? Active centers. Okay, what is about the active centers? Can you remember about the active centers? Here, the surface of the catalyst are not smooth. Here. Suppose imagine the surface of the catalyst is not a smooth, not smooth surface. It bears strips of some cracks and a corner. Okay, in such a location, the surface area of quarterly are unsaturated, and that having much referential force of attraction. So that area. Surface carrying some high surface energy, having some surface energy. So, the active centers, the presence of such active center increase the rate of the reaction. So, increase the rate of the reaction by absorbing and activating the reactant. The presence of such active centers increasing the rate of the reaction by absorbing and activating the reactant. Okay, anyhow, that particular area. The surface carrying high surface free energy. That are the areas are called as what? Active center. Here, adsorption occurs at a fixed site are called what? Active centers. It depends upon the surface area. Here, it occurs on all sides because it's a physical absorption. Anywhere, it can be occur. Okay. Can you remember about the 8th point? Next about the last 9th point. Chemical absorption involves the formation of activated complex with appreciable energy, appreciable activation energy. Activation energy. Okay, here it is insignificant. Okay, activation energy is insignificant. These are the 9 points about the differences between physical and the chemical adsorption. The very important question. The physical and chemical adsorption. Don't forget that. It's a very important repeating board exam question. This is the questions of today assignment. Okay. What's about the chemical adsorption? The first point. It is very slow. Physical absorption. It is instantaneous. Don't forget that. What's the meaning? It's an immediately or quickly happen. Okay. Then, what is about the second point of chemical absorption? It is a very specific. About the physical absorption, it is a non-specific. I think that we maybe learn about the first 2 points. Next, about the third point. Chemical absorption is fast. When fast? With increase in pressure. Suppose we are increasing the pressure, the chemical absorption is fast. Okay, about the physical absorption, when pressure increases, the extent of absorption decrease. Just opposite only. Next, about the fourth point. The temperature, when the temperature is increases, chemical absorption first increases, then automatically decreases. The physical absorption decreases with increase in temperature. Next, about the fifth point is a one-word question. Fifth and sixth point. Chemical absorption involves transfer of electron between adsorbent and adsorbate. In the physical absorption, there is no transfer of electrons. Next, about the sixth point. The chemical absorption, heat of absorption is high. The physical absorption, the heat of absorption is low. And don't forget to write the value. About that heat of absorption is from 40 to 400 kilojoules per mole. About the chemical absorption. And about the physical absorption, only 40 kilojoules per mole. And about the chemical absorption, only one layer, mono layer. The physical absorption having multi-layer and also having absorption occur in a fixed site called what? Active centers. It occur in all cells because physical absorption occur in all cells. Chemical absorption involves the formation of activated complex. Here the activation energy is insignificant. Okay. Anyhow, please all of you. Today you write this question. This is the assignment. Differences between physical and the chemical absorption. It's a very important repeating board exam question. 5-mark question. Okay, it is a 5-mark question. Please all of you write this question. Difference between physical and chemical absorption. Okay, don't forget to write this question. Okay, thank you all for time. Have a nice day.